The island of Kazuwari awaits. The one that the ghost, Muatu, contacted me to go and see if I can help the people there. First thing first, though, I would like to go and visit the Príncipi to see what Captain Furrante wants of me. Whatever it could be would be the least thing in my journal to deal with, and the least thing on my mind, especially considering the tasks set before me with Aeldys and the Huana. I don't like being in this situation where I have to choose who to support, thereby not only excluding the other factions but also working against them. But I suppose a nice friendly world where everyone gets along and works together is too much to ask for. The gods have seen too much of the division of kith as we know it, though not all. We cannot blame just the ancient Nguithans, or as they now are, as the gods, for all our problems. We kith have a share in it, ones that we create ourselves. The gods didn't create the Príncipi, or pirates as they are, or the slavers. That's us kith doing that. So, as I may be very anti-god and pro-kith freedom from them, that doesn't mean I am blind to reality. I'm not some crazed zealot that can only focus on one thing as the source of all our problems. But one thing at a time. The gods as of right now are our biggest problem, and I actually have a chance to deal with them, as the Watcher, through Aeldys. Hopefully, I can effect a change for the betterment of us kith. After that, it's sort of up to the kith themselves to create a world that's fit to live in. I've received a letter from Furrante. He has summoned the Council of Captains to Balefire Beacon in Dunwich, and has asked me to meet him there as soon as possible. So something must have changed in a short while. Balefire Beacon. What this could have to do with, I assume, Príncipi politics. What's going on?
I've been loyal to you a long time, Furrante, but I cannot abide this.
Over here, my friend.
What is it?
Diverus, is it settled now? I do not like having my hand forced by some rogue god.
Indeed, the vote has been cast. There can be no dispute. The trader Aeldys will hang.
Really?
Your vote of confidence is appreciated, my Consuelo. Rest assured, you have made the right decision.
The Black Pox seas we have? What a fucking farce! Mark my words, Councilman. Your souls will be damned for this scheme.
The captain rubs the handle of her gun, but wisely doesn't draw it.
Do not forget your promise, Furrante. With Aeldys out of the way, you will sail us to Ukaizo, well before the Huana,
Wait.
the Valen Trading Company, or any others can plunder it.
No, that's not happening.
The god will lead us there, and the floating hangman will navigate the storms.
Furrante nods at the two council members before noticing me.
Watcher, your timing is impeccable as always.
The highest-ranking member of the Council of Captains tugs the frilled ends of his sleeves before offering me a charming smile.
We have just concluded a vote of phenomenal importance.
Blast this! You can outvote me, but you can't make me stay and watch.
Mad Marina spits on the floor of her chair before storming away.
One of our Consuelo members, Captain Aeldys, has been charged and found guilty of those crimes, punishable by death.
He clears his throat beneath my scrutiny. And those crimes would be?
Defiance. On several past occasions, Aeldys has willfully dismissed the mandates of the Consuelo.
He ticks a count on his finger. So she's rebellious. What pirate isn't?
Oh, there is more.
Furrante raises a second finger, adding to the list of crimes.
Negligence. Too often, Aeldys has outright neglected her responsibilities to the Consuelo. When a meeting is called, the presence of all members is required.
In other words, she didn't come running when you called. He grins sharply, a third finger held in the air.
Excessive cruelty. Aeldys and her new bloods often commit extreme violence in pursuit of financial gain. This drives our foes to take harsher measures against us.
Or he's just too weak to handle the Valian Trading Company's ship hunters. The captain huffs out a heated breath. A fourth finger joins the others.
Sedition. which you witnessed firsthand when Aeldys negotiated with our enemies without the consent of the Consuelo. She has single-handedly endeavored to spark a civil war within the Príncipi on multiple occasions.
I don't know what you're talking about. His eyes narrow, but rather than argue, he continues on.
And, worst of all,
He waggles his thumb.
betrayal. Aeldys sacrificed an entire crew of Príncipi in an ill-fated attempt to lure out the floating hangman so that she might captain it.
Oh, really? The ghost ship.
This Consuelo session is now concluded. Watcher, might I have a word with you in confidence?
I don't know about that, but I'll have a word with you.
What happened at Magran's teeth changes everything. We must acquire the floating hangman if we've any hope to reach Ukaizo before Aeothus destroys everything. Which brings me to my current problem. Somehow, Aeldys has uncovered a means to summon the floating hangman.
Really?
But she is hunkered within her stronghold of Fort Deadlight. Myself and the others of the Consuelo must lay siege to get to her. However, you have a means of entry to the fortress.
His eyes narrow, ruthless, calculating.
I need what she knows before I can hang her. Obtain it for me, and I will grant you her seat on the Consuelo.
I'll talk to her.
Sail to Fort Deadlight and seize the answers which Aeldys has secreted for her own gain.
Just orders me around like that, huh? I don't even really fully consider myself to be part of the Príncipi, so it's a little odd. Unfortunately, there's no way I'm taking the hangman, even if I were able to acquire it, to Ukaizo. We're going to support the Juana here. Not backstab them with the Príncipi plundering Ukaizo. That would be the worst of all outcomes, I believe. I would support even the Valiant Trading Company to get to Ukaizo, even though they'll probably do pretty much the same thing as the Príncipi. Okay, he wants me to go to Fort Deadlight. But I'm curious to know what she has to say, but there's no way I'm going to take a ship for the Príncipi to Ukaizo for them. We're drinking water and hardtack, so it's reducing the morale of the crew. Ooh, we just dodged the storm there. There always seems to be a storm in the southwest of the Deadfire. And there's one around Magran's Teeth, and there's two in the middle part, and one in the northwest. And don't forget one in the east, just north of Tikiwara. There's storms all over. Yeah, so I am sure I'll talk to her and she'll offer me the chance to take the hangman float or whatever it's called. Ahoy, Captain. Now, where would she be? To command, to court. We've got to go up and find her. Return to Captain Aeldys. Can't say I know your crew. There she is.
Ah, Captain. Beholding you never ceases to be a wonder. I only wish we met under more pleasurable circumstances.
She rubs her thumb over her bottom lip, blue and black eyes hooded with desire for bloodshed, for other things.
You wanted to speak with me? Well, consider me a captive audience.
I came to tip you off. Furrante has convinced the council to have you hanged.
How fucking dare he!
Furiously, she slips the swollenet around her neck.
Though I should hardly be surprised after all you've told me. There's only one way to take the floating hangman. And that's through the death of a captain. Him or me.
Furrante thinks you're withholding information on the floating hangman.
He thinks now, does he?
I guess he knows.
Guess it was only a matter of time. I knew the spies I strung up by their guts couldn't have been the only ones. They were just the poor squabs who got caught.
What are you planning?
Life or death, that's what. The future of the Príncipi is at stake. Furrante covets the floating hangman in order to enforce his control of the Príncipi, not to protect us from our outside enemies, nor to beat your rampaging god to Ukaizo. But I'm 2 leagues ahead of Furrante. I know how to summon and command the floating hangman.
Interesting.
Of course, I destroyed the information as soon as I uncovered Furrante's spies. You'll never learn it without me.
What if I could take this ship? I do like my current ship, but what if I can take the... What does it matter, though? But if I take the floating hangman to Kaizo, maybe it would help me. Get me the floating hangman and I'll give you the Príncipi.
I'm happy to work with you, Loveson. I've been after a partnership with you for a long time. And I think you know that.
Sort of. You're kind of flirtatious in a dangerous, violent way, which isn't really much of... It's not really attractive.
But if we're to help each other, there is one thing I want from you in return for the floating hangman. That cockrot Furrante needs to go. Hang him, gut him, I don't care. But get rid of him. All right?
I'll see it done. Her miscolored eyes gleam with a dark excitement.
I'll sail to Dunwich and take command of the Príncipi as soon as Furrante is gone.
Okay. Well, because of his connection to the slavers, I am very much against Furrante. So I think, since Aeldys likes me so much, that we'll support her in this. Let's go back to Dunwich. I have no idea if everyone, all of his, the other Príncipi will turn against us, will be against us. She does have allies, that Mad Morena, but...
Right.
So I don't know if all of his minions are going to be against us or they'll run. I assume there's going to be a huge fight, though. Shoti, you 3 get your backs over somewhere a little bit safer. Adair, be prepared. Captain Furrante.
Did you meet with Aeldys at deadline? And, more importantly, is she still breathing? You know what I'm hoping for.
I've reconsidered my allegiance.
To me?
He smiles widely, amused.
And you came to tell me, to my face, that you will now be backing my political foes. I cannot decide if that makes you brave or unbelievably foolish, my disloyal Casita.
You leave me no choice, then. Let's see, what can you cast here, Shoti, to help us? Something powerful. And you, Aloth. So she's opening a door to Rimmergan, which will help, hopefully.
Smart! Down in!
Aloth. Need to cast some kind of spell that'll help. Okay, perhaps. Meteor shower. Okay, now get back over there.
As you wish.
Whoa, that that's hurt them all right. Gonna need another fireball. Wow. This just goes to show you the power of Aloth. Wow. Just blowing up everybody. That's what we need, is mass damage to all the pirates, but Captain Furrante is still there. Wow, Aloth. That is ridiculous. I had no idea he was that powerful until we called upon it. Well, she also, the barricade she put up really stopped anyone from getting through there. Okay. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Poor Captain Furrante. Well, we won. Thanks to Aloth, it was actually quite easy.
Will do.
Fire and devastation. Of course, we'll take as much loot as we possibly can carry with us out of here. There goes the rest of the Príncipi. Now, the Príncipi really is Mamarena and Aeldys, and I suppose, in a way, me. Let's see, this is probably a trap chest.
On it.
Unlocked it. What is this? Exceptional plate armor. A letter from Director Castle. What is that? His rolled up letter was bound tightly by several ribbons, covered in more seals than stamps than seemed necessary. Worse yet, the words are written in a dense and looping hand, making them hard to decipher. Mr. Furrante, I have no interest in the details of your agreement with Mr. Kua, if indeed that is the creature's name, nor will I insult either of us by feigning interest in your accounts. Do with the cargo as you please. You have demonstrated a head for business, but if I must caution you, even now, against wastefulness, you are beyond my aid. We are now in a position where we must trust one another. I trust that you understand our bargain will endure only as long as it is of a benefit to the company which I represent. Just as I trust you understand that the moment this ceases to be the case, I will not trouble either of us in seeking your excuses and apologies. I will forget your name, Mr. and the company privateers will show you and your crew no more mercy than any other disreputable outlaw. With that understanding between us, let us proceed now as friends. I have enclosed a writ for your safe passage, should you require it, and express renewed hope that you may one day seek to rejoin us in a more civilized setting. Respectfully, Ignato Castle.
I've got it.
Lager. Who says no to lager? Okay. Well, let's go meet Captain Aeldys. I'm sure she'll be happy. I'm not sure where will she be in... Where did she say that she would be? At Fort Deadlight. Aeldys will assume leadership once I let her know of the situation, but where is she now? I thought she said she was leaving to come to here. So I have to return to Fort Deadlight. Alright. She said she was going to take her fleet and go to Dunnage. Alright, so there's a... Gotta watch for that storm. Príncipi Master Captain. It's not Aeldys. I don't think so. Yeah, I wrote in my journal, even though I remember her saying that she's going to take a fleet to Dunnage. Maybe she said she would do that once Captain Furrante was removed. Yeah, thanks to Aloth, that was a very easy battle. Okay, let's return to see her. Who's to fill Ben's seat on the Council of... the Captains?
I
The Captain rubs at her lips as I approach.
would have liked to see Furrante hanging, myself. I can imagine it well enough, though. For your loyalty, I'd like you to have Scoradeo's Edge. It's been a good sword to me. I know you'll put it to good use. Hopefully by killing more of my enemies. I'll be taking command of the Príncipi now. I'm calling a meeting of the Council at Dunwich.
So I have gained this sword that she seems to think so highly of. Though upon looking upon it, it's not... I prefer to keep my own weapons, thanks.
Sail with me to Dunwich, Lovesome. I'd like to have you at my side when I bloody the place.
Hope that there's no trickery here. I think I'll sail to Dunwich with your fleet.
Arriving with the full protection of my fleet is the best call. We're off then.
My Seraphine, is there anything you have a hard time with, aside from humility?
I reckon I'll be off handsy at most things. More so all things piratical.
If only we were all as confident in real skills as you are in imagined ones.
You'd be right surprised how far confidence will take you, lad. Were you ever to give it a try.
Lost another coup to the floating hangman, we did. Okay, back to Balefire Beacon. Back to the scene of our carnage. And here she is, Captain Aeldys.
Welcome to Balefire Beacon, Captain. Have you a moment? I'd like to fill you in on our next course of action.
Of course. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.